What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Comic Book Weekly. As we are getting really close to getting our new book back, we do have some really awesome news.
It was our ice. It was our ice.
Okay, everybody's okay.
Wasn't me.
So, joining us soon will be Mike Spider Slayer, Comic Book Corner 2.0, fingers crossed. Brant, Last Ember Press, but here right now is the New York squad. I'm Chris. Yep. Oh shoot, I forgot the banner. See, this is what happens when you got to run on live. Hold on. Whoop. Chris, Dark Avenger C86 across social media. Next to me is Cat COMICUno.
Hey guys, what's up?
And below me is Mike Duderock 18.
Hey guys, Duderock 18 here.
So I guess we'll take a little while to talk, and then we can get into some of the news. But we are getting closer. Like I said, we're getting closer to getting our new books back. I know that we're going to talk about Marvel, so I won't talk too much about that. But I mean, DC started today. Flash came out. The Nightwing trade paperback came out. The original graphic novel. I picked that one up. I got to check. I still don't know if I got this Flash issue physically. I know I have it digitally. I have to check and see if I have it physically.
Yeah, I'm so lost on what physical books I'm getting because they keep changing everything. And then even for my store, like the cutoffs for I think May 20th already happened, and then they changed the list. I'm like,
here's the question though: do you have to reorder the books that DC canceled, or is that up to your store to do for your pull list?
So for the pull, what do you mean by canceled? Like officially canceled?
Remember DC said that stores would have to reorder books that they're canceling from Diamond if they want them.
Oh yeah, that's a your store thing. So It doesn't. All you have is your pull list, and Mike, also pull it. Hey Mike, it's been a while.
Mike's back. Today's no hostile takeover.
Maybe
is Mike back?
I don't know.
His face just says it all. It's like what?
He looks very confused and maybe a little angry
with this.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
There we go.
Yeah, can you see and hear us?
Yes. No, I was my everything was muted, so I was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, and then I had problems with my I don't know, when I first logged on, it was like not registering the camera, and I'm like, "Okay, this is a great way to start."
Great way to start it. I said that you look surprised and angry.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah, it's been a minute, huh?
Been a hot minute. It's been almost a month.
A minute.
I know. I had to work every week, so it's like. And I don't have to work tomorrow. So I was like, when I found out that I don't have to work tomorrow, I was like, I can do the show. I'm like, I need to do the show.
It's your therapy. You keep missing it. You keep missing your sessions.
Oh my God. It's like it's broadcast on my channel. I'm never on there.
I was worried people would start asking questions.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Did you guys said you didn't kick him out, but I bet you really did.
Oh yeah, totally. Mike was kicked
out.
out.
We definitely.
Mm-hmm. But we have a lot. But Brand. I was gonna say Brand's late, so
it's okay. Brant will be here. I believe in Brant. You just gotta believe in the Brant. Got delayed.
I don't even remember what. About JHU and comics, whatever. Yes, if it's on your pull list, it's fine. It's just DC's. I mean, your store needs to figure out which
okay, so like even though they're going with DCBS, so like for example, anything I ordered from DCBS that DC canceled is still going to be thrown into my
it's still on your pull list. It just has to be on your list that you've been pulling it, unless you deleted it. Cool. But then my
order will come. Okay,
my issue is like Green Lantern the 80th anniversary. Like I didn't pull that right away because I'm like, all right, I don't know when that's coming out, and then I find out that's coming out May 20th. So I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to get that book or not.
Yeah, you were mentioning that before the show that DC started throwing out heavy hitters. I'm curious to see what the reschedule for everything is because I didn't get a chance to see that.
We'll wait until Brant comes, but let's get into some of the other news. We haven't started anything yet, Mike, so that was just like pre-talk. But first,
we were pre-talking for people to come on.
We were. Right. And first up, we're going to start some media news. Transformers has an origin movie coming out. But Mike, since you have not been on this show, you have to start us off.
Okay, well, I mean, shit, I haven't been on the show so long, I don't even know what a Transformer is, right?
You're like me, so I guess I haven't been on.
Yeah. Transformers, it's animation, right? So
Hi, Brant.
No clue.
Yeah,
hey, Brant.
no, I did read it. Hey, Brant.
Hey.
Hey.
And it's animation, so I was kind of like, that's pretty cool, and it's like an origin story. So I'm like, hey, that's even better. I guess it's the last animated Transformers movie I saw was in the movie theater when I was, I don't know, what, 10 or whenever that movie came out, and I came out all depressed at the end of it. So I'm kind of happy to see it coming back again. I just hope that it's good, and it kind of, I hope it doesn't kind of like go towards that Michael Bay side and stay true more to the animated side. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out more as time goes along, right?
Yeah. If they do what they did with Bumblebee, where they kind of escape the whole Michael Bay feel, I think we'll get a good Transformer movie.
Yeah, I really have high hopes for this new Transformers movie, and can't wait to see what the story is going to actually talk about for this series, Transformers. So I'm hyped and looking forward to it.
Yeah, I like that they're focusing on Cybertron. We don't see enough of that. Yeah,
I think it's cool that you're kind of taking the human aspect away, and now you're focusing back on the Transformers, because I feel like in the other movies it was always about the Transformers dealing with, if it wasn't Shia LaBeouf, it was somebody else. So it's nice now that it's literally going to be just about the Transformers.
Yeah, I think that's really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that Jesse has a really important question, and he asks Mike, how is your new comfy chair?
Oh, I am not kidding, man. Guys, this chair is the shit. I kid you not. After even this whole new little setup that I have here, like I said, it's older furniture, but it's an upgrade for me, and it gives me a ton of space. And it's so nice to have like a swivel chair, and like it kind of leans back a little bit, It's got armrest, and it's like for years I always sat on just an uncomfortable folding chair. So it just makes, the live show just easier to do, like comfortable wise, So now all I need is like AC in my garage, and I would be perfect.
Yeah, I could not have sat in a folding chair all those years. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I sit in the folding chair.
I was just glad I got to upgrade to the couch. When I get my setup set up, I'm going to have a nice little rolly chair myself. And I'll be happy.
My
Don't
bad back
in
and all.
France.
Yeah, can you imagine how worse it would be if I was in a folding chair?
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So we're all kind of in comfy chairs now. So yeah. So I was in like a wooden chair for years when I did it where you do Comic Uno.
Yeah.
I don't do that. It was cold in there. Wasn't comfy. Then I changed to my room, and that didn't work. And then I changed into the Pella room, and that didn't work. And now I'm like in my kitchen. That quite doesn't work either. But it's in a lot of rooms.
What if you were to move that chair upstairs in the Comic Uno room?
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Now you're asking too
I gotta
much.
take the chair up to the other room. It's so
I gotta
hard.
actually move it.
That's a lot. Yeah, no, that's upstairs. So I just have to carry it upstairs. Oh, and then it's still cold in that room. I still don't prevent that. It still has the breeze. So the lighting's not great in there. So what can you do?
If
Anyways,
I could give you some of the heat from my garage, I would love to give that.
I take it. I would take it all. I have not, although it's been like in New York, it's been very hot and cold recently. It's either the most freezing thing.
Yeah, Sunday was like almost 75 degrees, and then we just shot down almost overnight.
Yeah,
I was dying. And now I'm comfy. But I'm usually always really cold. So that day it was just really confusing. So we've been doing great. But let's move on to I cannot pronounce this guy's name. Taika Waititi, who did the Thor movies. He's doing a new Star Wars film. So how do we feel?
I found this news piece, and I was kind of excited that they, it's been a while since they've actually announced a new Star Wars movie. So I felt like, oh, this is cool. Now we're getting a new Star Wars movie, and we haven't seen one in a while. And maybe now they'll just kind of won't release one every so frequently. And I'm curious to see what this movie is going to be about, where it takes place. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. It's just he's directing it or whatever it is. That's, nothing special about it, but we know we're going to be getting a new movie. Here's a question for you guys. What would you like to see out of a Star Wars movie? Something, something different.
I don't even know at this point.
Exactly. I was just going to say the same thing. It's like we just finished the entire Skywalker saga. So they're done doing all the joined together movies. So I
would like to see some corner of the universe that we don't get to explore that often. Maybe, I don't know. It's like Rogue One was cool because it focused on the pilots, right? Even though it was, sad ending and all that stuff. But it was still like this little side story that was a big part of the overall story, but we never really got to see that explored, so that was cool. So if they could do something with that in some other area of Star Wars, I don't know what that would be, but I think that would be cool. And as far as the director goes, I mean, he directed one episode of The Mandalorian, I think,
and he just won an Oscar. So good for him.
I wasn't a fan of Ragnarok, so I don't know.
Me either.
I liked it.
It was all right. It was better than the Dark World. That's
true. There's a lot. There's a lot. Not
that movie's pretty shitty.
That wasn't a great one. But one person I saw on Twitter said that he does a lot of comedy movies. So a lot of people didn't end up liking Han Solo because it was funnier. And what is he going to do with this? Yeah. Oh man, I was bored out of my freaking brains of Han Solo. I was in the theater by myself playing Candy Crush.
That's the only Star Wars DVD I still don't own. And I'm not in a rush to buy it.
The ending is cool, but obviously they're not going to do anything with it. But
I saw Han Solo on Netflix. Like I finally decided one day, all right, let's turn this on. Let's see what this is about. I didn't like it all that much. I was like, it's okay, but it was like the way he met Chewbacca was too convenient, and how we automatically became friends with him. The ending was. It was cool, but like you said, Kat, they're not going to do anything with it. So, what was the point of that, right?
Like, why wasn't that the movie? Like, I would have loved the movie a lot more if it was. Yeah. We do have a comment from Tevye who said, why not Kyle Katorn? I'm like, who's that?
I have no idea who that is.
Sorry, dude.
That doesn't ring a
I don't know who that is.
I don't think. I mean, if it's from the extended universe, I don't think any of us are like.
It could be because I never heard of it.
Probably is, and you're asking the wrong crowd then. But let's get into something that we can talk about, which is the following DC Animated Universe movie is going to be completely new. Superman movie, not connected to the universe that they've been building, and the actors are Zachary Quinto for Lex Luthor and Darren Criss, who's from Glee, will be playing Superman. I'm just excited to see something new because I really have not been loving the New 52 movies. I honestly skipped off some of them. I haven't seen Red Sun yet.
That's not New 52. I'll tell you that right now. Red Sun.
But it's still a New 52 animation, though, right? Oh, it wasn't in the universe, though? It's definitely used that animation.
I think it's the same animation, but it's not the universe.
Okay, but still haven't seen it. So I'm not watching.
It's a lot better than what we were getting in New 52. It was a lot better than the New 52, universe. But I like the New 52 universe. It didn't really bother me too much. The Death of Superman was pretty good, I thought.
That was good. I enjoyed that one. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was the animation style, and that was my biggest problem with it was the animation style.
It felt very anime-esque. Like the mouths didn't match up to the mouths didn't match up to the actual words sometimes. It was weird. So I saw still images of what they're going with Superman. I'm really excited. I really am excited to see where they go with the animation.
But it's story. It's a story we've seen a million times.
I was about to say it's another Superman.
How many origins do we need? That's true. We should have gotten something. I mean, if they would have went like Red Sun Superman, where they skipped the whole how he started, baby on Earth, and
or just not Superman.
Exactly. That's my thing. No Superman, no Batman.
No Batman.
You're never gonna get a Batgirl. Well, no, you should.
We're supposed to.
So I'm saying anybody but those two. I'd be good with
Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. We've seen them everywhere.
I wouldn't even mind a Wonder Woman. They could take her. We could
have so many characters that they can explore on.
I'm Booster Gold solo, written by Dan Jurgens.
But it's also what will sell. So what are characters that will sell well? I do think is a Batgirl and Nightwing. It's still is Batman, but it's not Batman.
A Batgirl Nightwing team up. Like there was a Batgirl Nightwing in the Nightwing series. There was a story arc with them. pre-New 52. I forgot what it was called, but it was really good.
Yeah, I'm just kind of tired of these movies, in all honesty. I'm
Yeah,
being
Even
really honest.
about the Flash.
Flash,
Yeah,
yeah.
the Flash. Yeah, you could do so much with the Flash, or I don't know, any version of Titans.
They've been trying with the Teen Titans. I know that they put like they had those other 2 Teen Titan movies, but they were Justice League. Yeah, they definitely should make a Calendar Man movie. But yeah, just watch Harley Quinn. That's it. If you're looking for some good animation, Harley Quinn, man, so freaking good. I'll say it every week.
Harley's being used everywhere now, though.
Oh, it's such a good show, and they use other characters.
If they overuse, you know what happens, Kat, when people overuse a character.
I know, but just watch that one show. They could use.
I did.
Everywhere.
I thought it was pretty good.
Oh man, season 2 has been so freaking good. I love that show.
Oh, no, I watched season 1. I didn't see
season 1. Season 2 is even better than season 1. I've been really enjoying it, but I really like season.
Brent will never watch it. I
really
tell you 100%. Brent will never watch Harley Quinn.
I watched like 5 minutes of it.
The world's ending.
I watched
5 minutes. No. It's over.
The latest episode of Harley Quinn had the opener was like, okay, well, Harley's not in this episode, and these 2 people, a Last Jedi person and a Snyder Cut person, like, well, I'm never gonna watch Harley Quinn, and it's this like meta conversation about how they wouldn't watch Harley Quinn. So the episode was about Batman, and it was about Batman being a total like jerk, and it was really freaking good. And that was like the meta opener of last episode. It's such a good show. Just watch it, guys. Watch the show. I don't work for Harley Quinn. I'm not getting paid for Harley Quinn, but I
Brent
should be.
Will never watch it, and the jokes alone are why Brent I know will never watch it.
That's not necessarily true. When I started to watch it, I just wasn't in the mood for that kind of thing. I will at least try an episode or 2. I will do that.
Watch the latest episode. You'll like it. Okay, but let's go into. Yeah, we finished the whole DC animation conversation. So let's get into Judd Winnick returns to superhero comics.
It's cool. It's like it's been a while since we've seen his name, I think. And I loved his Exiles run. And that was like the best version of Exiles for me. And, he did a lot of great stuff at DC too. So good for him.
Was that the original run that he did?
Yeah, I believe so.
I read a few of those books. Some of them were okay for me. I wasn't a huge fan. Did you read all of them? Did you like the entire series?
I read a good portion of it. I fell off it at some point, and I tried to go back, and I haven't completed my collection with that yet. But yeah.
Complete dollar bin books. You can pick those up anywhere.
Yeah. I've got at least one trade as well. But yeah, I enjoyed it. There were some snoozers in there too, but a lot of the early stuff was good. And there goes Mike.
I don't even know what happened. Michael warned us. Yeah, he warned us. Mike just
okay. I don't pay attention.
Done with this show.
I don't care. I don't.
He's like Exiles. I disagree with you. I'm getting off that show.
I'm gonna go to that dollar bin and get those X-Files.
What in the world did I just do?
What happened, Brant?
My whole screen just everything just changed to thumbnails.
What do we look like?
That's all right. I got kicked out.
We're doing great.
This is great, guys. By the way, there was a warning on StreamYard that there are issues with Firefox with Google Chrome and Windows 10 users. So
I'm on Google Chrome, so
they're fixing it.
They're
trying to fix it.
Wait, what?
Did Mike get kicked off too?
No, Mike was at BRB.
Oh,
easier.
No.
What happened to you, Brent?
I don't know. I hit something and every single window on my computer turned into a thumbnail.
That's weird.
Can you fix it?
Yeah, I just clicked one of the thumbnails and it enlarged and everything went back to normal. But I've never seen that before.
Your video had that little circular thing going around. What's going on?
I think someone's with Michael.
Yeah, Michael's on a little bit delay here. I thought it was me at first.
You know what? Somebody mentioned the Snyder Cut, and that's what destroyed everything. There you go. Don't mention the Snyder Cut. We don't need that. We don't need that.
But you should have
watched Michael. See, I said I showed it, and that was it. We lost Michael now. See?
We do have a new person, Hawk and Dove. Hello. Welcome.
What's up?
Hey, welcome to the show.
Titans.
And then we also had Tevia, who asked, did you watch Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. I'm pretty sure it came out today. If it did, and I'm not watching it.
Then no.
Did it come out today? I thought it did come out already.
I think it came out digitally today. I don't know. I'm not watching it, so
I have it on pre-order. Now I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, but
eventually.
physically it comes out later, and then
okay. Yeah, I just was wondering when it was coming out.
Usually it's like 2 weeks after.
Yeah, you're right. Yep. May 19th. Yep.
So yeah, none of us are watching it.
I didn't watch it yet. I haven't even gotten it yet.
I haven't even turned the TV on today. Are you kidding?
Only thing I watched today was a small episode of G.I. Joe, and my daughter fell in love with it, so I ended up watching the entire episode because she was sitting there. I think she's in love with Duke, and I don't know how I feel about that.
I actually wrote today, so I was like, didn't watch anything. I was very happy with I watched Little 30 Rock. I watched a little bit of that. Anyways, let's get back.
The past 3 weeks, I've been a moviegoer on Sunday nights with the family.
What have you been watching?
I watched Trolls World Tour. You want to talk about whoever made that movie was on some serious drugs when they made that movie. that movie is insane, boy. Holy cow. And then the following week I watched Teen Titans Go to the Movies. And that was actually a really good movie. It really was a lot of fun. A lot of Easter eggs, a lot of superheroes in it. Great movie, actually. And then they have the sequel to that, which I haven't seen that yet. And then this past Sunday, I watched Detective Pikachu, which...
How did you feel?
I did not think it was going to be good. Okay, let me turn it. It would not be good if it wasn't Ryan Reynolds in that movie.
Agreed.
I think the writing's really bad, but it's somehow cute.
It's a very generic movie. The
with
plot is just barely there.
It was fun, actually.
I liked it. But then again, Pokemon.
I liked Ryan Reynolds. I love the way he acted as Pikachu. I liked the twists at the end. That was cool. And I should have seen that coming earlier in the movie than towards the end. And one of the great things was seeing all the Pokemon in the movie. I thought that was cool. But the plot was it was okay, for me. But seeing them battle and stuff like that was kind of neat. I wish I would have seen some more of that.
Yeah, you don't go into looking for plot, and I think potentials of a sequel is weird.
We have to talk about the anime and how bad that is.
Well, that's true, exactly. If you know what you're getting into, but I liked it more in Sonic, guys. So
all I'm going to say is, when it comes to Pokemon, the best story you're going to get is from the manga, because they actually care about the manga.
I think I like Sonic better because I liked Sonic as a character, and I liked Jim Carrey. I thought he was amazing.
I hated him.
No, I thought he played a perfect Eggman.
He was off the wall. He was too much for me.
Have you not watched Ace Ventura? You want to see Off the Wall?
That's the
No, and the mask. The mask,
No, nothing tops his Ace Ventura Pet Detective 2 the 2 movies. Nothing tops that for me. That was made.
No, I haven't. I've seen Eternals. I've seen what's it called? His other famous movie. Truman Show. Truman Show.
That was another good one.
I saw that one in my film class.
I had the pleasure of watching
Ventura
Pet Detective, the second movie, in the movie theaters. I loved it. I
saw all his movies when he first came out in the movie theater, and then I remember Mask, and I remember seeing Mask, and I love that movie. And then that's actually when I was like, oh, Cameron Diaz.
Right.
Yeah.
And she was erased off the face of the earth. Now you don't see her anymore.
No, you don't see her now at all.
No. There's another. What were you gonna say, Mike?
No, I was just gonna say that those are the movies that he's always kind of been crazy goofy, like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, all those movies where he's over the top, and how he acts as Eggman, he's over the top in that movie. So
So much.
That's what you get.
Oh yeah, I forgot Dumb and Dumber. It was good. The first one.
That was another good one.
Not my type of humor. I don't know.
I was thinking, we haven't had a G.I. Joe cartoon in forever. When did we get a G.I. Joe cartoon? Shut up, Kat. Leave my show. How dare you? She said,
"Oh my God."
She said,
just put her out?
It's just propaganda, guys. It's just
G.I. Joe's awesome.
G.I. Joe is the best cartoon ever.
I don't know about that.
I wasn't helping Tommy with his homework.
I will not be bold enough to say it's the best cartoon.
You branch up. I didn't do it. I didn't do it this time. That wasn't me.
I don't think they could bring back a G.I. Joe show because it's like it's almost like it's too violent, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Have you guys seen Harley Quinn? No. I think
but that's on a streaming service.
G.I. Joe is a toy commercial. I mean,
I can see them making an adult version though, like something for people that grew up.
I was talking to my mom about that thing that Brant and I were talking about, the big hangar, the
aircraft carrier.
Yeah, and we were saying if they made that now. I'd be the first one that bought it if they wanted to do like a revamping, like a revisit of the
next Kickstarter. The next Kickstarter, next.
Oh my God! If they did a Kickstarter for it, I'd be the first one on board for that one. I would love the hangar, and I'm not paying $8,000 for it.
I'll tell you how much of a geek for G.I. Joe I am. I've been watching the Netflix show Daybreak recently, and it's like zombie apocalypse show. It came out, I don't know, a couple months ago. And one of the characters is using G.I. Joe figures and He-Man figures to plan out his like assault on the wall or something. And I'm like, oh, it's G.I. Joe.
For his G.I. Joe figure.
Yeah, exactly.
You said zombie movie or zombie show? Is it good?
Yeah, it's decent. It's weird. It's like
like a teen movie.
It's like breaking the fourth wall, but it's kind of gory at first, and it's like it's not true zombie. Like you can't turn into one if you get bit by one, and some of them are intelligent, but it's just it's kind of goofy. It's like a 8 episode show.
So Brant just told you no. Is the answer to that?
Ghostbusters. No, but you know what? Tevye made a point. Look at Voltron. Yeah, G.I. Joe could get picked up by Netflix, and they could do
streaming service. If you were looking for everyday air on TV, like that wouldn't happen.
It won't be on TV.
G.I. Joe is about kids telling kids to like they want to be soldiers. So do you think in a 2020 landscape that would work? You know?
I think it could fit because why are the comics doing so good then? Same thing.
Never made me want to be a soldier.
It never made me want to be a soldier. When I was a kid, I watched it. I was like, that's awesome, but I knew that there was no such thing as G.I. Joe in the real army.
When I watched G.I. Joe, I never wanted to be a soldier.
No.
I never got that. I was just like, Cobra's badass. That's what I liked about it. I loved Cobra. I loved all the different characters that they introduced. You know what I'm saying? Like that was totally different. You got G.I. Joe who were, they were the soldiers, but Cobra was just a whole other level than them. I thought that they should have beat them every single time. Never the case.
Are they making a new G.I. Joe film? They're making a Snake Eyes.
Yeah, they're making. I think they're spinning off some movies.
Yeah,
Snake Eyes is getting the film.
There's always new news about that.
But I'm talking about a cartoon, and I don't want no funny like Teen Titans Go fart joke G.I. Joe cartoon.
I don't even know how they. Honestly, I want to see that. Just
shut up. No.
How that would work?
I'm gonna kick you out again.
No,
I want to see how would they do that?
They won't.
It don't work.
No, thank you.
I want to see it. All right, well, let's go on to some more comic news here. I don't even know how we went to Judd Winnick.
Agree with that.
To G.I. Joe.
Because I watched it today, and damn it, I was thinking about it.
The G.I. Joe animated movie was really good. It was more serious.
I loved it. That was the one where Cobra Commander turned into a snake, right?
Yes, it was Cobra La.
Cobra La. Yep. Okay, I remember that. That was a good movie.
I loved it. So good.
You weren't even born
yet. Your favorite.
I have not seen that movie though since I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Go back and watch it. You'd be surprised at how different you'd feel about that movie now.
Like I would want to watch it. Like I where could I find a
I don't know. I own it on VHS.
Do you?
Yeah. Brand's got a VHS player. I don't think I have a VHS player anymore. It used to just be connected.
I do. It's in the top of my closet right there.
They used to eat tapes, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what mine did. So that was the end of that.
Yeah, it used to be attached to the TV. So
Netflix, take up G.I. Joe, make it a serious cartoon. Let's go. Come on, we need it.
All right, now
IDW, get your asses.
Never know. We'll see. IDW had the October faction for Netflix, so it's
if they could do that, they can do G.I. Joe. Worth watching more. Number one.
See. Well, next up, speaking on stuff that's not G.I. Joe, we have Tom Taylor doing something with Superman that we don't know. He just teased it. So Chris wanted to discuss this.
I'm excited. I don't know what it is.
It was on Twitter. It's just like him and like that's it. It's just like a picture of him.
A picture of Superman up. He said something red, something blue, and
coming soon, something new.
New, yeah, exactly.
There has to be some sort of wedding.
I wonder if he's doing an Elseworld story with Superman again, unless he's getting. Oh my God, could he be getting one of the Superman titles?
I don't know.
Nah,
I don't think so.
We could dream, can't we? Could we
probably
dream
a miniseries or something?
Or it could be about deceased. Could be in that.
Yeah, could be.
They could make a deceased. Yeah, they could. Yeah, could be. I don't know. I wouldn't mind him taking over a Superman title or doing a Superman mini.
We know you wouldn't mind it, Chris.
Oh, I would definitely. It would give me a reason to read Superman again. That's for sure. Tom Taylor writes a good Superman, though. He did an amazing job.
Tom Taylor writes a good everything.
He's the only one I could like.
I didn't love his friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, sadly.
Well, that I think because his hands were tied on that. Like,
probably.
Yeah,
they can only do so. I think that idea of a title was poor because you can only do so much in the normal neighborhood of Spider-Man without him fighting super-powered criminals, right?
Barry Allen's right. The Asians, Kenan Kong, he could bring back Superman of China.
It was the new Superman.
Was he, or was he the Superman?
Yeah, it was the new Superman.
New Superman. He could do new Superman again. Yeah, that would be cool. I'd be cool with seeing Kenan come back. I missed.
I have a feeling it's just gonna be regular Superman, just because the teaser had Superman. But
yeah,
we'll see. Willie was born in 1993. Well, I was born in 94, guys.
That's the year I graduated high school.
Oh my God. I was 4.
Not too bad. We're not too far apart then.
Oh, no.
Right, well, not at all, right? High school.
Yeah. I'm not even going to go there.
I graduated college back then.
No. I'm not older than Mike. Come on.
Yeah, I'm the oldest one.
Well, let's get into our next news piece here, which is Jeff Lemire and Matt Kindt have a new graphic novel on Kickstarter. It just launched, I think, yesterday. It's already almost at 2,000 backers, $77,000 in 2 days, and it's called Cosmic Detective.
It's amazing.
Brad, are you okay?
Sorry, there's a gnat trying to fly in my face.
It's a murder hornet.
He's just jealous.
Jealous?
He's clapping. He's happy. He's all for it.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. It's interesting. I mean, me and Brand have had this conversation before, but it's interesting to see that Kickstarter has become not just a new platform for newer writers, but also old writers, because they're like, forget the middleman, let's just do it ourselves. And we're seeing that especially in this lockdown, because they're like, we want to still make new comics, we still want to create new comics. So I have a feeling a lot of these people that are going to pitch, they're like, shit, we can't pitch because no one's taking anything. Yep. Let's just do it ourselves. And we see Jimmy Palmiotti, who just done it, and he's been doing it for a while. He's done it with his other projects as well. And now we got, Jeff Lemire. We have even old writers like Jim Starlin, and with characters that have been published in other places. So I think it's a brand new world, and it's really cool to see Kickstarter doing. I mean, really comic creators doing this, but also just utilizing the platform of Kickstarter.
Yeah, especially right now when we're not yet getting new comics and stuff, and they're putting out this stuff, and it's like, oh, you don't get it right now, but you still got this cool thing that you have to look forward to. So,
Yeah. It didn't. This story didn't really catch me, so I don't know if I'm backing it up yet. And also, I just backed up a couple of Kickstarters. They got a really call for me.
I'm waiting on a couple of Kickstarters.
I'm kind of slowing it down till after the wedding, at least. We'll see what's live.
I back Todd. I have a couple more, and that's it. I don't have it right now.
You might.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna say Brad.
I was just gonna say the last one I backed, I think, was Phil's. So
last one there was one called Animal Heads that really looked cool, so I backed that up, and it was like $47 for the print. So I'm like, I'm gonna stop for a little while. But hint, you definitely want to keep an eye on Kickstarter very, very soon if you want to.
Yeah, there'd be announcements of brewing.
There is definitely announcements of brewing.
A brewing, he says.
A brewing,
he says.
All right, well, let's get into the next thing, which is that Dr. Aphra debuted early for Star Wars Day digitally. So kind of goes back to our other conversation, is comics somewhat moving digitally with these digital first comics? And I want to start out with Mike, because we talked about this at length of like, does digital first ruin comics really? Because, we're all reading different stories. So how do you feel about this Dr. Aphra stuff?
It's funny because I'm going to give Dr. Aphra a try. I'm going to give her a second chance, but I will not pay for it digitally. It's just my thing. I will support physical comics as long as I possibly can. I believe in digital comics, but after they've been released, right? I think that's how I like to read them. So like, after the release, when they're, a month or 2 or 3 months, and then maybe then you can get them at a cheaper rate at like $2 or $1.99, because you know what, you go on to Marvel Unlimited and you go on to all these places right now, and they're offering all these free trades that you can read and all these free digital comics that you can read. So if you're offering all that reading material for free, or if you have unlimited, you have to pay a monthly service for it. But the amount of content you can read for that amount of money, to me, that's worth it.
Yeah, Mike, I thought of the same thing with Marvel Unlimited. If anything, if I was going to go digital at all, I would probably go to Marvel Unlimited.
Right. I mean, I just don't believe in paying again. And we've talked about this in the past too. And you guys talked about it the past few weeks because I listened to the show. I physically just don't believe in paying for a comic book that's digital. It's not the same to me. It's not the same feeling. It's different. And once it's released, if you make it cheaper, a month down the road, 2 months down the road, then I feel that's just the way I look at it that way.
And even like you said with Marvel Unlimited, I think, what is it, 6 months, and then the comics are available digitally.
6 months.
It's 6, and then DC Universe is a year.
Yeah.
DC Universe, I don't think I'm going to be resubscribing come the end of this year. But when it comes to Marvel Unlimited, at least it's 6 months. So anyone who's following only digital, they're 6 months behind. But hey, it's only 6 months. It's not that.
If you don't resubscribe, Chris, I just hope you read the articles because I hear they're really good there.
I will. I don't see myself on the app watching that much. I watch Disney Plus way more.
When I look at these digital comics, like when they offer all this stuff for free, it blows my mind right now, because you could go on to Marvel Unlimited and they're offering a ton of series for no cost to you. And so even if you're not a normal, I think, subscriber, you still can read it for free right now. So again, they have the total power to do whatever they want with these digital comics. So I don't know. New comics, I will never pay for, those copies.
Yeah, I feel bad for anyone who got the Black Label Superman, the first issue, digitally only, because they did the edit. Like you just said, they actually edited out the one thing that everybody was talking about. So only people like myself that got the first printing of the book have still the original art. That was
it's having the physical book. It's again, having everyone talk about the same books, I think, is so important. That's what comics is all about.
Yeah, it's putting too many people ahead of others, I think.
100% spoiling stories, again, ruining the experience for sure.
Mm-hmm. There there was a question, and I
There's
know
a Kickstarter question that I'm gonna save for when.
Okay,
Brant
no, do the
comes
Kickstarter
back.
one. Do the
Yeah.
Kickstarter
Well,
one.
I'm gonna save until Brant comes back because.
Oh, okay. Then it was. Wait, we're in a couple of DC books being shipped today. Today was Flash, the Nightwing graphic novel, original graphic novel, and I think there was another Joe Hill book.
There's digital first books too, probably.
Yeah. Oh, there's always the digital first books. Yes, I'll check real quick because I have the Batman and the Outsiders number 12. Also, Flash I mentioned. Oh, Green Lantern season 2 number 3. Hawkman number 23. House of Whispers 20. Joker Harley Criminal Sanity number 4. And then the rest are all trades.
Tevye asks if Kickstarter can rip you off. That's a weird question. No. I mean, it's like asking if eBay will rip you off. You know, like there's certain eBayers that are not good eBayers, but it's not eBay ripping you off.
Did you guys? I want to ask you guys this, and the viewers too. Did you guys see that Walmart comic books that are coming out?
I did. I'll say there's a certain group of people that are putting their comics there that are, you know, probably
part of a group that we don't talk about because
so it sounded like a great idea until I found out who was behind it.
Yeah. Well,
oh, really?
This is what I don't get, though. These are the same people that'll read a Marvel or DC book, rip it up, call it trash, and then say, hey, by the way, I have my own book I'm writing. Ignore what I just did to that comic book and to those creators and, you know, ripping this book up and buy my book, support my book.
At Walmart.
No. At Walmart. Look, if you respect other people's books, maybe I'll check your book out. But if you're going to sit there and tear apart a book verbally, physically, and then expect me to care about your book, no, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was a very interesting idea when I heard about it. But yeah, when I saw who was behind it, definitely won't be supporting it by any means. Won't go next to it with a 6-foot pole. But yeah, I mean, having indie creators be part of Walmart, I think, is interesting. But I rather see indie creators make relationships with comic retailers and Walmart.
Yes, that's my goal. That's honest. I think that's both our goals, Kat. We want to make sure that we can get it to as many comic shops as possible, and that's my goal. My goal is always to get it in the hands of people who go to comic shops and whatnot the most. So that's my number one goal. Walmart is definitely a place. And I think DC started an interesting thing, but most places that comic goers go are comic shops. So I would start there. But it's cool. It's cool. It's just, again, though, you have comics in Walmart from publishers over there that aren't selling with Diamond. You've got Diamond coming back in. You've got Lunar and Midtown. Everything's going to get very convoluted very fast.
Another question was COMICUniversal. Did all the stores get these books? And if my store didn't get them, are they on Comixology? So I don't think they're shipping until. No, maybe they have. I guess whoever.
No, Mike saw them. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that,
so
the Walmart ones?
Yeah. No, the new. I think they were talking about the new DC books.
Oh,
the DC books come out tomorrow, though.
No, today they came out.
I mean,
they come out Tuesday.
They come out like if you have a shop, you'll be able to get them if you can get to your shop.
Yeah,
and if they are accepting Lunar and the other distributors.
I know my shop is getting them or has them.
I don't think my shop is doing it until Diamond, from what I can. But also my shop.
Yes.
Closed, so
I think that's where they're getting them from.
I think, Mike, you're a little lagging, I think.
And Tevye, for the 100th time, this is the 100th time he's asked. No, Diamond is sticking around. Yep, there went Mike. We'll get Mike back. But Diamond's not going anywhere. If anything, comic shops are deferring to Diamond over the new distributing companies. So, no, Diamond won't go anywhere. It just is going to have some healthy competition, which I'm sure we'll talk about.
So Brant said his internet is out. We'll see if he's able to come on or not after. So So you mentioned we're going to talk about the Dan Slott thing. I'll go back to the Kickstarter question then, since
because we might not have Bram for a bit.
Muhammad asks, anybody here know if making I think he's asking if he can make a successful comic through Kickstarter. Yeah, it takes a lot of work. I think a lot of people that go through Kickstarter, and we talk about this all the time, people who don't make indie comics, a lot is like, oh, just like put it together. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of money that you have to invest, and you got to know that you have to make an investment to make a payout, and you have to be strategic about it. It's a business. Mm-hmm. So I think if you're going to do a Kickstarter, save up money and then learn.
Yeah, and to piggyback off a cat a little bit, make it a good story, though. I mean, you can't rely on, hey, this is my concept. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw the holidays into it. And, I'm going to I have to make sure the holidays are good. But other than that, I don't have any story. It's going to have these 5 characters. But, I'm just going to throw it together. Just follow them. Just give me money on my Kickstarter, and then I'll figure out what happens with these 5 characters later.
Yeah, don't make your expectations too high, for sure. Yeah. That was a bit of
have a story. Have a story. Have at least a concept. Have the story done. So all you gotta do is pay your artist. You pay your artist.
Yeah, have the script done for sure. Yeah. Like, make sure multiple scripts are done. Know where you're going with this story. Don't just write one issue and be like, I'm gonna make this. Make sure you finish the art, because if you want to change something and the art's done, you just spent money on that art, and you can't go back. So I think you really start out small, like make a miniseries, make a 4-issue miniseries. Know that you can write a story. Make a 1-issue story. Make an anthology. Make short stories. So start out small and know that you're not Marvel or DC. Know that you're not Image. Know you're not these people, and just learn the craft. I think is my best example. So yes, anyone could do a Kickstarter, and I definitely applaud you to do a Kickstarter. But just know that there's going to be a lot of work that goes behind it, and then you'll
have a finished product. Have a finished product, not a concept of a finished product.
And that goes into even these Kickstarters and stuff. Make sure you got your stuff planned before you do a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of questions here, so hopefully Mike comes back, or else it's gonna be.
It's the New York once again.
Yeah. Yep. Let me see if he messaged on. We did get a message on Facebook, so let's see if Mike said anything. Oh man, I think it's out. So I think it's
out. It's out. Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe
every Tuesday. It's the curse of Tuesdays.
It is, man. That sucks. Almost got everyone.
All right, so let's continue forward with the news and pray that we get Mike back, and then Brent will get his internet back.
Yeah. All right, let's go into something you want to discuss, Chris, which was I believe it was
Diamond,
but there was a lot about Diamond, so give me a second.
Well,
new distributor.
Yeah.
Oh, the magazine one. For some reason, that's not on there anymore, but go for it. Talk about it.
So no, I needed the info that you had.
Oh,
all I know is that they're taking for completionists, because the magazine is numbered, and there, for some reason, I don't understand how this is possible, but there are people that collect the magazine. Why do you people collect a magazine of previews? So anyway, there are people that do that. So they figured at the end of this month, I'm literally going off of memory at this point, because I rely on Kat talking about the article always. I shouldn't do that, but I do. To keep the collectors happy, they're putting the re-solicits in there, and they're carrying forward with August solicits. So they're kind of throwing everything in there. Marvel and DC are going to be in it as well. And I don't know. I think it's interesting that they're going to keep the magazine going, even though they're jumping into August, September. So I guess
it's also that they had to fix the solicits, right? Because it's just more like, so we'll talk about that, how
it's going to be a mess
every week.
This Diamond magazine, this previews magazine, is going to be a mess, because it's going to have all the canceled stuff from DC resolicited, all the new stuff that's supposed to be coming out in August from all the companies, and then all the other stuff that they canceled that had to be resolicited. It's going to be, and everything's going to have the June barcode on it. It's going to be a hot mess. It really is. At least the next month, I feel like previews is going to be a hot mess. Mike, we're talking about the preview magazine that's coming out this month that they're soliciting. I'm not looking forward to that.
That is insane. I think they said the previews one, will be coming out on May 27th. The updated
version for it.
No, next number, because people collect it. So for completionists, they're doing the next number.
Oh yeah, it's going to be kind of wild, even like trying to go on websites on what comics are coming out when, it's kind of a disaster too, because even though we have like dates, they're still not like updated, or who knows if it's going to change again, right? Because we got
next week for sure it'll change. I'm
yeah,
sure.
because it was like just a few days ago we got comics coming out on May 20th. We got Marvel Comics, and then 2 days later, just kidding, May 27th is going to be when Marvel Comics comes out, and here is their entire release schedule all the way up until July.
We didn't do that. We were about to do that actually.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're going to talk about that. I want to answer this question because, again, it goes into business sides of stuff that I think a lot of fans don't understand. But Tevia says, why not cancel all the bad books? Okay.
My God.
Yeah, let's step back.
Why are we answering this? Okay.
We gotta. A, what's a bad book? And then
exactly.
B, the reason I wanted to answer this is because I think a lot of people don't understand that, okay, maybe a book that you don't like was announced, right? And they're like, this is Branson. This is the opportunity.
Yes, full crew back.
This is the opportunity to cancel a book, right? That's what people are asking. But money goes into making those books. So if you didn't like the first issue announcement, we all know which books I'm sure you're thinking of. It's not going to get canceled because it was already made. Artwork was already put into it, and the writer was already paid. So that is the reason bad books, for in your narrative, bad books are not being canceled. A, because it might be in your head it's bad, other people might like it. And then B, money was put into it. So that's why during this time, we're still going to get the books we were promised because money was put into it. So that's why I wanted to answer that question, because
knowing is half the battle. Yes! I finally got to use it. Okay, done. I'm good.
All right. G.I. Joe. It's a great hero. He's a great man. He did a lot for our country.
I'm sorry, I was waiting for a good fact to hit somewhere.
G.I. Joe is not one individual cat.
He's a great guy.
That's right.
It's not one individual. It's a group cat. And there's girls in there, too. Excuse you.
G.I. Joe is a global organization. No.
It's great.
Cobra, who's a terrorist organization to control the world.
Yeah.
That one guy wanted to do a lot of things.
They fight over land and sea and air, cat. Wow. Land and sea and air.
How about space?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
They have their shuttle.
Oh, and I hear Scarlet is in it.
Yeah.
So there is the token girl. That's so awesome.
She's not a token girl.
There's a few. There's Cover Girl and Lady J and the Baroness.
The Baroness is badass.
There's a girl named Cover Girl.
Yes, there is.
She's not
I don't
just
remember
there
Cover Girl, but now I kind of feel bad for Cover Girl.
She's not just there to look hot. She's also there to fight some crime.
Exactly.
That's why her name is Cover Girl. All right, we went somewhere, but let's get back to wherever we were. And we're going to talk about AWA signs up with Diamond. So it looks like, a crew of people that were part of old comics making a new company, which we're going to talk about their books, but then this happened and we don't know when we'll talk about their books, but they are going through Diamond, which I think is interesting. But that goes into the other news piece, which there are other companies. I think this is from Bleeding Cool, so I don't know if those are true or not.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, Scout is going to be doing the other distributors, I guess, including Diamond and these other distributors. So which side are people going to choose?
I see with all the bad press going, I mean, Scout, okay, but I don't see like IDW, Image. I don't see them going to Lunar or I can't remember. I can never remember what
UCS.
UCS. Well, I can't remember that for some reason. It just not letting me click. UCS.
Well, I mean, those bigger ones, they have exclusives with Diamond, right?
Yeah, they do. That's true. They're
right. Just going to stick with what they know and what
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't even think Marvel will sign with either company at this point. If they haven't already, or they haven't been in talks, Marvel ain't going anywhere except Diamond as well.
AWA. The wrestling, that's what it sounds like, man. Every time I can't, it's so funny. But
I honestly don't even know what it stands for. I don't know.
I read it.
Artisan writers.
Artists, writers, or artisans, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it in Midtown because I just ordered my set of books, so I could tell you.
But when it comes to them, like my hat's off to this company. It seems like that they're getting off on the right foot. They're trying to make a name for themselves, let them know that they're serious, and I don't know. I think they're just hitting it at the right stride. I think they have a potential of being something. I really do.
I mean, they have some crazy good, people that have been in this industry for a long time.
Yeah,
so.
And
there.
AWA artists, writers, and artisans.
Artisans.
Yeah. Artisans.
Yeah. Artisans.
Artisans. Listen, I'm reading small little things on the screen.
We'll stick
We
with
need
AWA.
English. We need English.
And I also am very bad at reading. I'm a horrible reader.
There's a reason why they go with the acronym, right?
Yeah.
AWA. Sure. IDW, the same thing, right?
What does IDW stand for?
What was it? Ideas, designs, and works, or something like that. Is weird.
Find out. Wikipedia might know. Idea and design works. Yeah.
I found TKO, and they're another really great company. I literally got one of each of their books, and I shared it on social media. And the money, half of the money you do during the coronavirus goes towards one of your local comic shops. And I chose JHU because that's New York. So supported JHU.
What does TKO stand for?
That's a very good question. I have no freaking clue.
It sounds like you.
Technical
I was
knockout.
gonna say it sounds like someone.
Yeah, that's what it stands for in wrestling and fighting, but I have no idea what the writing company, the company TKO.
I have a feeling maybe that's probably what it's.
Probably.
No, can't
They're
be.
knocking it out. It's a technical knockout, right?
Yeah, they want to knock out the competition.
I need to know.
We'll find out. All right, so that's the AWA stuff. Let's get into Dan Slott leaving Iron Man. So, yeah, I mean,
I heard a couple of yeses there.
Yeah, no, I like Dan Slott a lot as a person and a writer, but I haven't been loving his Iron Man. I like his Fantastic Four a lot. But yeah, his Iron Man, I couldn't really get into. I really tried. I dropped it a while ago. I think there needed to be a new.
Yeah, I dropped it as well. His Fantastic Four is hit and miss for me too. It's like there's strong arcs and there's kind of weak arcs, but
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, Iron Man. I have not felt his entire run on this. I mean, it was like I don't know. I just couldn't get behind the story he was trying to tell personally.
I think with a character like Iron Man, especially nowadays, since he was in the movies and whatnot, I think you need a writer on there that is got to have that tone of like Robert Downey Jr. Because in this generation, that's how the people perceive Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying? And so you need stories in there that is just going to attract people. Like the way he did this with Jocasta and the supporting cast that he had in here, it just didn't work, you know? So, and I feel like we haven't seen a good Iron Man book in a very long time, because when Brian Michael Bendis wrote it, he introduced Riri and Tony was dead. And so we had this AI. And now you get this Iron Man 2020 story, which I fell off of it myself because I didn't like it.
And you liked it the most out of all of us.
But see, I was like, as soon as it drops off, I'm not going to read it. And then now we have this pandemic going on. I'm like, well, I'm really not going to read it now. You know, I don't have an interest in it anymore. And I don't know, man. Is there anybody that you guys would like to see write Iron Man?
See, I don't know. I mean, we almost say Tom Taylor, but he already wrote it.
Yeah,
Tom Taylor is in DC right now, which means once Dan Slott gets kicked off of his books, he'll be joining DC. He'll probably take over the other Bendis.
I didn't really love his Iron Man either. So that's
what about Dennis Hopeless?
He'd be interesting. I don't know what he's writing right now.
I heard on another comic book channel like Rick Remender or Ed Brubaker.
Oh yeah, I love
that.
I think looking at the people we have, I don't think those happen because Kelly Thompson has so many books, but one day I would like to see Kelly Thompson write Iron Man because of the humor aspect, and I think she's good at drama. Silverstroke said Scott Snyder. He has exclusive deal. Yeah, he has exclusive deal with DC. So
Donny Cates, maybe? I don't know.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
If he went off Venom, which I feel like he's starting to end his run there.
Nope. They still the event. Once the event's over with Venom, I think his run will be done.
Oh, somebody said COMICUniversal said Jody Hauser.
That'd be interesting.
too, yeah.
There's a lot of good. Gail Simone, yeah, that'd be cool.
I just want an Iron Man series that I'll enjoy. I haven't enjoyed an Iron Man run in so long.
Yeah.
That Fraction one was the last one, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to beat that one.
Right.
We had Tom King as one. Once again, Tom King, DC exclusive.
What about Jim Zub, the one that wrote Samurai Jack?
He's writing something right now, though. He's writing something.
Champion, right? Jim Zub is a champion.
You know, just take Jonathan Hickman out of the X-Men and let him write Iron Man.
Let's not.
It is
perfect
for the charts and everything.
On the group me because of the charts, he could do the Iron Man armor. Like,
I would love to see that.
The graph of the arc reactor, right? Just be like, this is all the circuitry.
At least it would fit.
Robert Venditti.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah,
Robert Venditti.
I could see that for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Why didn't I think of that one?
Do we think that Dan Slott's going to end up in DC at some point? I'm worried.
I think so. I think it'd be interesting. I think he knows a lot about both universes a lot.
He might.
And I think he's written a lot for Marvel already. I actually would think that'd be cool.
Yeah. The one thing I'll credit them to, he takes chances and he does unique things with the characters, whether you like it or not. I'd like to see something like that done at DC.
I mean, like at this point, do you think like he should do like these top tier books from Marvel anymore? You know,
I would like to see him take a break and do an indie because I would love to see that, but I don't know if he would.
Well, I know people dog on Spider-Man and on what he did with it, and I thought there was elements of Spider-Man that I did like.
Yeah,
Spider Island, man.
I did enjoy Superior Spider-Man because it was unique and different. It took the character out of the box. After that, maybe he should have been like, all right, I did my little story here and move on. You know what I'm saying? Instead of holding on to the character as long as he did. I did think the Red Goblin storyline was pretty decent. But all the stuff that he did in between there, it was, shaky at best. Big Time was okay. Spider Island was okay, but all the other stuff was just was there.
Yeah, I think he lasted on the book too long. Yeah, that's why I was surprised that Iron Man is ending so soon for him, because he usually stays on runs for a very long time.
I don't think he has a longevity for this type of title, though.
No.
Especially because he's doing Fantastic Four too. It's just like major books. But yeah, I hope he stays on Fantastic Four and does an indie. I'd love to see him spend his time doing that. I think that'd be cool. What was Dan Slott's last book you liked? I think The Red Goblin. I agree. Oh no, Where Flash Died. That issue was really freaking good.
That was good.
That was a really good issue. Yeah. And again, Fantastic Four. I like some of his stuff in Fantastic Four. That first arc I really enjoyed. Yeah, that too.
All right, so that's the Dan Slott news piece. The bigger diamond stuff here, just because there's a lot to read off. So we have the revised May 20th list, and then also the release. Marvel's starting to release May 27th, but the catch is they're skipping each week. But
one week will be comics, the other week will be trade paperbacks.
Let's start talking about the
20th.
I was gonna say that. No, I was gonna say the Marvel stuff first.
Marvel,
because you gotta list off. Then guys, come up with some questions. This is the last news pieces we have. So
yeah.
So what do you guys think about it skipping each week and honestly not releasing big titles?
I didn't even notice until I think either Brandt or somebody in chat said that it's every other week. I'm like, no, they have something every week.
I think might have been. Maybe
somebody did, and I looked again. I'm like, oh, 1 week is books and 1 week's are trades, and I was like, oh, and no big hitters. Again, DC's heavy hitters are supposed to be starting in June, and now Marvel's heavy hitters are starting in July. So you're gonna have, again, see, this is where companies started at all different times. They should have just waited because Diamond gave a date, and everything should have started at the same time. Because now you got DC, who's already started. And their heavy hitters are coming back in another 5 Wednesdays. And now you got Marvel that's starting at the end of this month, and they're not starting their heavy hitters until July. So you're going to have all June, every other week, and it's going to make reviewing books very interesting. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
My thought process on it was I don't mind the way they released the books because first of all, you don't want to overwhelm Diamond. You don't want to overwhelm
the readers.
Retail shops that are not open.
Right.
You don't want to overwhelm the readers because people might not be able to afford these books.
Right.
So releasing these books slowly makes sense. Also, you have books that have been delayed, so you got to release those books. My issue is why couldn't you still release the major titles mixed in with that? And why does it have to be every other week? Why couldn't you just do like 5 titles each week instead of
just less releases?
Yeah, instead of less, because they left out major titles there. Like they left out Star Wars, and they left out. I did a video on it, and I forgot the books that they did leave out, but they left out quite a few books.
Outlawed.
All the events have been moved to July now.
Spider-Woman,
Spider-Woman,
which was
Immortal Hulk,
biggest sale for March was Spider-Woman, which obviously
Spider-Woman,
but Spider-Woman got number 1. And
yeah,
not seeing issue 2, which we all loved issue 1 here. So
exactly. So it's like that Wednesday, May 27th, right? We got the first slate of books coming out. And you got Amazing Spider-Man issue 43, Avengers 33, Marauders issue 10, Star Wars Dr. Aphra, and then you have Venom issue 25, which is
Aphra is the physical book, right?
For me. Yeah, that's the physical one on the 27th.
Released it, so
right. So you get 5 books that week, which again, it's good on the wallet. They're not overwhelming the consumer. But then the following week you have like no books and it's all trades and omnibuses and stuff like that. So it's kind of like some people will buy trades, but are people going to buy all those trades?
No.
Right.
They're playing catch up, but they're doing every other week. They're catching up with comics one week, and then they're catching up with their trades the following week, which is frustrating for me because I'm waiting for my X-Men trades, which I switched now to in-stock trade. So that means I'm going to have to keep an eye out every other week to see if a new one trades.
A lot of being delayed. Even Image, Phil, who's been on the show, it's his birthday this week, and I got him Family Tree, and it's supposed to be released for his birthday, and now it's being released June 2nd. So I was just like, "You got Family Tree?" Surprise! But yeah, all the trades are being moved, which I don't know. It's a lot.
Mess. It's a mess because you got DC out already, Marvel's coming, and then it's going to be every other week, and then we're going to talk about the Independents in a minute with the 20th.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is we'll make it work. It's just the thing is 1 week you get Marvel books, the other week you get DC books or independent books. So it's going to be light on the wallet. I think it will be a good thing, honestly, in the long term for us. We all recover ourselves,
For us.
I
was going to say for Comic Book Weekly and for this channel, it's going to be interesting to see like our top 5s when there's no Marvel books and how that affects like if we do the best of at the end of the year and all that stuff, how it's going to affect that.
It's going to
it's going to be weird.
We'll definitely still do best of, but it's going to be a very different best of this year because
so COMICUniversal said we should use this weird release schedule to try some new books.
Yeah.
COMICUniversal, I added 22 new books to my pull list in this time of no books
That's
already.
A lot.
I have now 22 new books on my reading list.
That is I'm going to say that is typical Chris. When he dives into something, he dives into hardcore stuff.
That's true.
I read 7 volumes of Deadly Class. I've caught up to the whole series. It's a good series. It's really
I've
good.
only read I read one of our comic book workshop friends, White Ash. I read his book, and that's it. I got some new. That's literally all I read comic wise, and I've been writing. This is legit all I've done.
I blame Jim. He gave me a weekend's worth of reading when he mentioned G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. I read like 3 arcs of that. I already read G.I. Joe, so that's 2 books. And then I read Transformers, caught up with that, all the talking. Oh God, the word.
I'm not even going to try to catch up on that.
I'm probably going to read that in trade. It reads so much better in trade. I got it in the first trade, and it read so much better.
Oh, I will.
I read.
What are you going to say, Brent?
Sorry, I read The Killers from Valiant, and I read The Wilds from Black Mask, and then I think I read a couple other indies and things like that. But that's about it.
Mike, are you still reading Manifest Destiny, by the way?
No, I stopped reading it.
See, Kat, I knew Kat was wrong because she said Mike's still reading it. I'm like, I
Well,
never see Mike talk about
I honestly just took it off my pull list like right before coronavirus started. Like, yeah, because I'm so like I've been collecting the issues for the longest time, but never read them because I was so far behind in the story. So I just stopped it for right now. And
I read the first volume. It's very good. I would say collect and trade.
The first volume is amazing. I want to say probably the first 3 story arcs are absolutely amazing. And then after that, it dropped off for me. It's not as solid as a book as it was.
That's not good. Yeah. That's not good at all.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not quite the same as it was. It didn't have that impact on me for, you know. But going back to those May 27 books, the only books I'm buying is probably going to be Amazing and Marauders, and well, I guess all of them except Avengers, maybe.
I gotta get to that list.
Is is it a new arc, or are they still on the old on a free?
Moon Knight is doing something. It's something I don't know.
He's doing something, man.
Yeah.
So I probably won't be on Avengers yet. I'm waiting for the new arc to start.
So for May 27th, I'm getting Amazing and Marauders, and that's it.
Amazing Marauders, maybe Aphra. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm probably not.
I've got to try Aphra. I've got to try it this time around. I didn't like her the first time. I've got to give her an honest try.
I am too.
Yeah.
I haven't read Star Wars. That's the only reason I'm not trying Star Wars.
She was good in Bounty Hunters. That's another real reason why I'm going to give her a try.
This whole run of Star Wars has been good.
Yeah, awesome. And that's why I'm pissed off that it's not even going to come out till possibly July.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So much. Yeah. Another question from Mohammed, and then we'll go over the 20th list. How about Power Pack? Are you looking forward to that? Yeah, I mean, I'm upset, but I just think just like everything else, you could look forward to stuff, but you know, things are happening for a reason, and we all have to be patient. And it's going to be a hard trip for everybody. You know, the comic book industry is just trying to figure it all out. And my excitement for a book is not going to do anything about that. And I'm not upset. You know, it's just like we're getting books when we can, and that's it.
Oh, yeah. You could do.
Asking Kat if she's excited about Power Pack is like asking a fish if it likes water.
Right. Yes, I'm very excited for Power Pack. All right, well, let's go to the May 20th book. So things have changed once again. We'll go over DC, talk about what we're picking up from there, and we'll go section by section. So DC, we got Aquaman coming out, Batman, and then I'm going to skip the dollar issues. We got Green Lantern 80th Anniversary, Justice League, Legion of Superheroes, Looney Tunes, Lolo Woods, Lucifer, Metal Men, Nightwing, Plunge, Jimmy Olsen, and Teen Titans. So I'm actually getting more books than I was. So with Marvel taken away, I'm getting Batman, of course. I'm getting Green Lantern. Of course, I might get 2 covers of that because why the hell not? And then I'm getting Teen Titans on that list.
I am getting Batman, Justice League. I think I already ordered a Green Lantern from DCBS. I got to see which cover I got. I might get a second one. Nightwing, I'm gonna be sitting on Midtown till they update just to get that book, because for some reason everybody's eating Nightwing up right now, and 71 is the only issue I don't have on pre-order, so I have to get issue 71.
Why is everyone freaking out over this version of Nightwing?
Yeah, I don't give a crap.
They're freaking out because they keep thinking that Punchline is going to show up in the book, and she is, but it's 72.
Don't even care.
I don't even care. And also,
didn't we lose interest so quick? Coronavirus hit, and now everybody's like, "Oh yeah, there's that."
I didn't have interest before.
But also with Punchline, her first appearance and her first full appearance are already out. Those are the books that are ever going to be worth anything. So maybe her origin story, but
maybe it was the new.
Well, Batman
maybe that's why 70 sold out.
Well, Batman issue 92 has her first cover appearance.
Yeah,
those are gonna be bigger than she showed up in Nightwing. So I don't
know.
Yeah.
I just hope that I can get my hands on it because it was a frustrating thing just to get a cover price Nightwing issue 70. I want to have the full run of Joker War. That's all I want. That's all I truly care about.
I am very excited that Batman's on that list. That's one thing I'll say. It's just I want a book. If books are returning that are very big, and I like and also books I enjoy. So I'm very happy to see like Teen Titans on there, and then Green Lantern 80th anniversary. We've been waiting for the longest for that, so I'm excited for that.
Is Teen Titans the new arc starting? Because I think I was going to start.
I think we're in the middle of an arc.
We're in the middle. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. The one in July. The one in July was supposed to be new.
The Gin War.
So
they're still in hell.
Yeah.
For me on this list, Aquaman, Batman, Justice League, Legion of Superheroes, and Teen Titans. That's it.
Yeah, Aquaman, Batman, Justice League, Teen Titans, definitely freaking Green Lantern for sure. I think that's it.
All right, so we'll move.
I don't know if I'm getting Nightwing, Chris. I really.
Well, if you don't get it for you, get it for me in case it sells out.
I don't know that I'm getting Green Lantern. I just every one of those. I don't enjoy them. So
they're not great, but they're just special issue.
Yeah, I think Green Lantern is just like I didn't get the Robin one.
Yeah,
but Green Lantern is like my favorite DC superhero.
Yeah,
so
I get that.
I get it just for that. I think I might not even read it.
Writing a story in come on.
I gotta read it. There's nothing coming out. I just gotta get something. I gotta get some books. Michael, from that list, you're getting Teen Titans, right? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for you. Okay. Let's go to Boom, Dark Horse, and Dynamite. So Boom's got Alienated issue 3, Buffy the Vampire Slayer issue 14, Ghosted in LA issue 10, Jim Henson Storyteller Ghost issue 2, and we have Kill Whitley Donovan issue 5, and then Red Sonja issue 15. From that list, I'm just getting Buffy.
I think that's
Jim
Whitey,
Henson.
by the way. Kill Whitey.
Oh, Whitey.
Yeah.
Oh, Kill Whitey.
Kill Whitey. Anyway.
Great book, guys. You should pick it up.
Well, Alienated and Buffy. That's it.
I dropped Alienated.
Jim, I haven't yet, but I probably will.
I mean, you don't have much on your bullet, so why not just keep reading? And then Michael, you're getting Red Sonja.
Yep, still getting that.
All right. Any other takers on those lists? Thought not. All right. IDW got Avengers issue 10, Star Wars Avengers Clone War issue 1, Birthright issue 43, Deadly Class issue 44, Ludocrats issue 1, Outcast issue 45, Savage Dragon issue 248, and also we got 5 Years issue 9 from Abstract Studios. I'm gonna stop there. From that, I'm getting Outcast and 5 Years, which I got the coronavirus cover for.
Birthright in 5 years. That's it.
I ordered that one. That's the one that was on pre-order, right?
Yeah. You gotta remember, right? It was a cool cover.
Yeah, I'll get it because you never know. It's just one of those. That's something that is in time, Yeah.
What is it exactly? 5 years?
5 Years is the Strangers in Paradise. It's spinoff, like Rachel Rising, his book.
Okay.
Right? And they did a special cover. It might be sold out at this point, where all the characters are wearing masks on their face for the coronavirus. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. So I ordered that. Actually, I'm curious to see if
Midtown will have it on the day of, but it'll probably
it's only in their store.
Oh, then never mind.
Let me see. But any other takers on those lists?
Savage Dragon for me, that's it. And I haven't read an issue Savage Dragon, and it felt like in 4 or 5 months.
So are you done?
No, I'm not done with it. I'm just it's been forever, so I'm still gonna read it.
Birthright. That's the only thing I'll think of.
There's 219 left in stock, so if you guys want to get it, pre-order that. Issue 10, not 9.
Just looking through the rest of the books on that list, Year Zero, which we've already read. That's pretty much
Kat, share the link to that real quick.
Yeah. I'm also getting Dead Days because Ryan Parrott, who does Power Rangers, is writing.
What is that about?
It's a zombie thing. I'll read it. Give me a second.
I'll probably read that. I might
Dead
try.
Day issue 1. Dead Day is a new comic today, hon. Meet the Haskins, a seemingly normal suburban family, as they prepare for the annual holiday known as Dead Day, when the deceased rise from the grave from sunset to sunrise. Some come back to reunite with family and friends, others for last night of debauchery. Still others will only one thing on their decomposed minds: revenge.
So that's a book I'm definitely going to try digitally first. And then if I like it, I'll come back and get the physical issue.
Yeah, I mean, I love Ryan's writing, and I always like supporting him, so I'll definitely try out the first issue.
I just like to try things out nowadays, especially because, money is tight. So I'll try things out before I go any direction.
And I'll share the link to the chat, whoever wanted the coronavirus 5 years. So those are all the books coming out. From my list, I think I'm getting like 7 books that week, which is actually more than the original when Marvel was included, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And I did already do our list for when we do the show, what our big books are. We lost Mike. He's like, I'm done. I won't be there. So we'll see what we end up discussing. I had Nightwing on there and I took it off because only Chris is reading it. I was like, I'll add Aquaman instead. That's it. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a tough time. I'm glad comics are coming back, even if every week the amount changes.
Oh man,
I won't believe it until I see it.
It'll be nice to be able to discuss some new comics.
Oh, it'll be great, regardless how many.
Yeah, we all miss it. We love doing these shows, but we all miss talking about comic books. It's hard to do. Trying to see if Mike's gonna come on. I don't know.
Is 5 years worth reading? I might check out the other 9 issues previous.
I would read Stranger in Paradise instead of 5 years, because 5 years, it's not a bad story. It's a little slow, but it's so connected to Strangers in Paradise and all those other books that you're gonna get lost.
You'd be completely lost. Okay. Yeah.
So if anything, I'll buy it just for the cover right now.
Yeah.
We could go back later.
Although I do recommend like Terry Moore stuff. I think you'd really, especially I think for you.
I think I've read some of Terry Moore stuff. I'm trying to think of something I've read that he's written.
It's black and white.
That doesn't deter
Strangers in Paradise was really good. Dead. Did you read Rachel Rising or?
I think I read a little bit of Rachel Rising.
Motor Girl is really good. Rachel Rising, I think, would be in your alley. Like if you're gonna read any of them, I think it's Rachel Rising. I loved Motor Girl because it was like PTSD and stuff like that.
I think I read Motor Girl too.
Did you?
I think so.
That's funny.
Or
I would have to look it over again.
That's good. If you read those, try out 5 years. You might know the characters and might, jog your memory. But I definitely recommend Strangers in Paradise. It's long, but it's it's an important comic. I would say like a lot of comic readers should read it. It's good.
I might try it. I actually might.
I got the omnibus, and that's how I read through it.
I don't know. I got Runaways and a few other Marvel books.
Runaways first, for sure.
Lisa actually, like years ago, mailed me, like before we even met in person, she mailed me all her trades of Strangers in Paradise, and that's how I discovered it. And I read the whole thing, and then when we met in person for the first time, I gave them back to her. So
that's so funny.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I was wondering how you got into it because it didn't seem like your type of book.
Right? Yeah.
But it's a really good like character driven book. But there's also like good action. It's about, just to explain, it's hard to describe what the hell this book's about, but it's about this girl, Kachu, who she was part of this gang called the Parker Girls, and they're pretty much a gang of like prostitutes, and they got themselves in some trouble. And really it's also like this romance story between her and her childhood friend Francine. And Strangers in Paradise like has to do with Francine because she didn't like see herself in a good light. It's like kind of about them coming together and like not being like adjusted to your body and like loving your body.
Are they mini series? Because I only see like 10 issues for.
No, I think there was a mini afterwards or before. I don't think.
Yeah, there was.
Some issues.
Yeah, there was the Strangers in Paradise 25 was after that, like years later.
Oh, that was it. That's probably what you're looking at. Yeah, that was like last year. That was a mini.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
here's the other one, and there's 2 gigantic omnibuses. Oh god.
Right. Yeah.
It's
a lot to read. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Not that expensive though either. Only Oh wow, never mind. The hardcover is expensive.
I actually really enjoyed it though. It was just I ate it up.
I'll have to go on In Stock Trade and see if I can get the trades.
He's a good writer, Terry Moore is.
It's like the dialogue is so freaking good. Even if it's an issue about absolutely nothing, you'll enjoy it because it's just like you like hearing the voice. Like I think he's a really good example of how to be a character writer because a lot of his stories don't have a plot. Like they're like the Seinfeld of comics, right? Except they're romance. Like there's not much of a plot to it, which is why I was like having kind of a hard time describing Strangers in Paradise. But it's so much about the characters and like what they go through.
But at the same time, there's a part of it where the Yakuza come into play and different things like that. So it's kind of interesting.
It's a good book. We were talking Strangers in Paradise, Mike, so you missed everything. You missed it all. But I mean, I think we're coming to a close anyways, unless we had other stuff to chat about. That was all the news.
Any other questions in the
Does anybody have any questions in
comments?
chat? We've already hit 11:30 though. To be honest, this is where we had our cutoff last week and the week before. So if nobody has any
next week, there are some comics to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Is that next week? What are the books?
Well, this week was Flash.
Oh,
and the Nightwing graphic novel and Batman. Well, no, none of the books we read. The only book that we all read, possibly some of us, is Flash.
You guys can talk about Flash.
Yeah.
I'm not getting anything until May 20th, I don't think. Which will be, is that even in May when we'll have our show? Probably. So May 20th.
The 20th will probably be the week after the 20th. So yeah, the week of the 26th, we would be discussing 20th books on the 26th.
So we still got a couple of weeks until we talk full books. We had the question of, is Outlawed coming back? I don't know when it's coming. Honestly, I don't know.
Marvel pushed all their heavy hitters.
If
you can't find it,
you're not going to find it. Black Widow was pushed back too. Taskmaster because of the movies.
Probably. Yeah. If that movie was coming out, they definitely wouldn't have pushed it back. And I was excited for Black Widow because again, Kelly Thompson was writing it, so I was interested in that. So
Marvel's not rebooting.
No, because Abby asked if they should reboot. They're never gonna reboot.
No
one should do anything drastic, especially at this point.
If anything, DC should be a good shining reason why reboots shouldn't happen in comics.
They keep getting
it was because of DC to begin with. Why this whole reboot and everything started to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think DC's overstayed their welcome in the reboot department, and no other company needs to do that.
I don't know who that is. Who would you guys like to see Cad Bane pop up in any of the Star Wars comics?
I have no idea who that is.
You're asking the wrong crowd.
The wrong crowd.
For sure.
I like Star Wars, but I don't know every.
He likes
Star Wars, but yeah,
guys, some imminent reboots. Yes, it does, Jesse. Yes, it does.
All right, now we can hear Mike's end of his sentence.
Yes, you were saying, Mike.
So you like Mike? Star Wars?
I was saying, I definitely like Star Wars, but I don't know every single character. That's for sure.
I'm so confused by this question. Tevye says, question, do you think Powers of X has been canceled? It just ended. That's it.
Powers of X is over. X-Men are still going on.
Do you mean, what do you mean? I don't understand.
I'm so confused. I mean, if you mean like the X-Men Hickman books, no.
No. Just here, I think this is his question.
Children of the Atom.
The X-Men main book was actually delayed.
Yeah,
because That's not coming out until July because I think
Children of the Atom, yeah.
Empire.
Oh, because of Empire?
Yeah.
Yeah, we those books are definitely coming out. Again, this is why I said this before. Books are not going to be canceled when they were finished. So any books you wish are not going to come out are still going to come out because they were done.
I'm interested in Children of the Atom, excuse Tevia. I'm actually very interested.
I am actually interested in that too because you're going to see characters, which is cool.
Exactly.
Have you seen the new Wonder Woman film stills? No.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited for books to come out, and well, you know, that's all. We're trying to.
Yeah, I think we're good with questions, so we're gonna start wrapping up this show. So bring those back up, and I'm going to get the thing Brand had before and switch it to that. Okay, so. Thank you all so much for being here tonight for Comic Book Weekly. We have some good news for the future. Look forward to May 20th books return.
Change, just like last week. We had some good news last week, and all the books that we thought are coming out are different.
It's all different, but at least we have dates. That's the important thing is we have dates.
Until they change next week.
Look, that's for next week. I'm done for this week. So you can follow us all across our social medias. Things are right here. But as far as Comic Corner 2.0 and Comic Frontline, if you're new, hopefully you click that sub button. This way, the videos from both Comic Corner 2.0 and the live streams on Comic Frontline are in your feed each and every week. Above Brand's head is the notification bell. Most important thing on YouTube right now because there's nobody really working on YouTube except the bot. So you click the bell, and the bell's going to notify you when new videos go up, when live streams happen. Very important. So click the notification bell, and then diagonal from Michael is the thumbs up button. Very important for to tell YouTube you like this and to get this out there to people who don't know this video or this series exists. So click the thumbs up button for us, and then diagonal below Mike Spider Slayer is Comic Frontline's social media. You can follow us across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course right here on YouTube. You can follow all of us by our tags, which are next to us. Brant pointed the wrong way. I got that. You got to go mirrored, man. Till then, take care, everybody, and enjoy your new kind of DC comic books for the week. And we'll see you next week, and hopefully we won't have any more change dates and good news. Have a great night, everybody.
Good night,
everyone. Thank you.